Success as a real estate agent, we are back. Building momentum in your prospecting. You can work harder or you can work smarter. Most successful agents don't go into a scheduled room, pick up the phone and toll away making hundreds of random calls over a nonstop 8-hour period. Instead, those who win at prospecting begin by targeting who they will call and why. They don't waste their time or effort calling iffy contacts who may or may not even be in the real estate market. Prospecting is only effective if it generates a lead from a truly qualified prospect. Someone who's interested in what you offer, needs the service you provide, and has the ability and authority to become a client of your business, or to refer you to someone who could. And that's where targeting comes to your rescue, targeting the right prospects. Here's an example of the power of targeting. I work with an agent in New York. She's an ace when it comes to monitoring her marketplace. And as a result, she wasn't surprised when she saw her market's housing inventory change quickly in a short period. For months, she'd watched the momentum of the marketplace start to increase. In the face of those changes, I asked her, based on this market change, who should become your new target for prospecting? After a few minutes of discussion, she aimed her focus on her next prospects, non-owner occupied properties. More specifically, she targeted a subset I call reluctant investors, millions of people who wanted to sell their homes but were forced to keep and rent out the homes because of the lack of equity, not equality. Because of the market change, some of these previously underwater owners were no longer underwater. They didn't really want to be landlords and preferred to sell. My client made a decision to call these listing prospects. She shared the market evaluation, inventory, and absorption rates. Then she asked if they wanted to take a more in-depth look at their particular situation. As part of her script, she asked owners whether, with the potential to sell and come out whole, they felt the hassles of repairs and rental management were worth the benefits of continued ownership. Almost immediately, my client launched her new prospecting plan within 90 days of our call. She had listed 10 reluctant investor properties, with another 50 leads that she expected to list in the next 12 months. Her success was based largely on focused target-based marketing. She went after the right people at the right time and achieved tremendous results. Setting and achieving prospecting goals. In setting prospecting goals, focus on 4 core areas. Number of contacts you should make each day and week. A contact is a personal conversation with a decision maker who can make a purchase or sell or refer you to someone who can. When I take on a new coaching client, I almost always start them with a goal of 5 contacts a day, and I suggest the same for you. It will take 3 to 4 weeks for contact with 5 prospects a day to become a habit. After you achieve the goal for 3 consecutive weeks without missing your weekly goals, you can raise your goal to 7 or 10 a day. Length of time on the phone. Most sales calls end fairly quickly, inside a minute. Typically, the prospect delivers a brush-off response to get rid of the salesperson. The salesperson either handles it well and elongates the call, or the call ends. On initial sales calls, you want to elongate the call into the 7 to 10 minute range, which is the money zone. The magic zone ensures that you have enough of a conversation to get information about the prospect and multiple opportunities to close for an appointment. Number of leads you should develop. Leads are contacts that have demonstrated through their dialogues that they possess the basic motivation and desire to make a change in their living arrangements. In prospecting, you have to make some assumptions until you either pre-qualify a client or they secure an appointment with a lender that determines they have the financial capacity to make a purchase. To advance your business, aim to develop at least 1 lead per day and 5 leads per week. Number of personal appointments you should set. An appointment is a face-to-face meeting with prospects during which you discuss their needs and their wants. Share how you work and aim to gain their commitment to work with you in an executive relationship, an exclusive relationship, to sell their home or find them a home to purchase. It's not a meeting during which you show a property. One appointment a week is a solid start. If you acquire 2 appointments, terrific, but make sure that you're able to secure at least 1. Start with easily attainable numbers so you can build your energy, intensity, focus, and discipline slowly and steadily. You won't run a marathon without working up your daily and weekly mileage over time, and the same premise applies when establishing and meeting prospecting goals. Using technology to your advantage. The key to increasing your effectiveness and efficiency is leverage. Putting yourself at an advantage above others, leverage in prospecting is the ability to shorten the time spent during research and increase the actual talk time or number of contacts you make in a day. 2 types of technologies come into play when you need something to do with the research for you. Data service technology. If you use data service technologies such as Redx, in working expired listings, you can cut large amounts of research with your schedule. Redx downloads the data for expired listings, compares and pulls out only the still expired prospects, scrubs them from National Do Not Call Registry compliance, and grabs cell phone numbers for a large percentage of prospects. The time one would spend researching all this can be done in moments. Cha-ching! Auto dialers. Using an auto dialer to make phone calls expands your number of contacts per hour. The auto dialer, depending on the number of lines you use, can triple the number of contacts you make in an hour, automatically increasing your production. One of the best auto dialers is by Mojo Dialer. It has 1 line and 3 line systems. Imagine having your computer dial 3 numbers at a time. If you're using a 3-line dialing system and you have 2 prospects picking up at the same time, the system selects one and stops dialing while you're on the phone. The other person is hung up on, unfortunately, but the option is better than playing a recording like those political ads that banned phone calls during campaign season. Shattering the myths. You've heard at least some of the reasons agents give to avoid adopting sound prospecting technologies. My market is different. Or you don't understand how we do things here in Mayberry are among the many. The truth is, the techniques in the chapter work in every market area. So bury the myths, starting with the ones that follow. Try this magic pill. Real estate success is built on a series of fundamentals. One of those fundamentals is prospecting. Plenty of people are working to sell agents on some magic solution to avoid the fundamental need to prospect. Dream on. You'll never find a magic mailing program, social media ad campaign, calendar, magnet, marketing piece, or website that will make up for the fundamental need to pick up the phone and start prospecting for new clients. Here's an approach that goes to too good to be true. Agents are quick to share with you how they get where they are today, passionately describing their techniques, people who helped them, or products that made the difference. While a few of these agents can tell you the cause and effect link between their actions or techniques and their sales and revenue, more than 95% truly have no idea or can't qualify their success for you. But you can ask questions to uncover the truth behind their success. How many transactions does the technique generate for you annually? How much time do you need to invest personally to set this up and maintain it? What does it cost you to use this marketing service to generate leads? What is the conversion ratio on this technique? What percentage of your business comes from this activity? How many buyers did you get from this approach? How many sellers did you get? What is your net profit from this activity after all costs are subtracted? and have you included the value of your time in that equation. Thank you so much for spending this time with me and reading the Success for Real Estate. We're going to get back to this later, but check out my other videos. See you soon.